What to do, everybody? You already know who it is. If you don't know who I am, now's a good time to get to know me. I go by the name of Deshaun, and today I got a story to tell y'all. So, pop you some popcorn and kick your feet up and listen to this story. Alright, so let me tell y'all the story of why I left the rap group and I went independent. I went independent because you know how they say too many chiefs, not enough Indians. That's kind of how it was in the rap group I was in. Everybody wanted to be a chief, but then nobody wanted to be an Indian. And the rap group crashed. But I'm about to explain to y'all what really happened from day one. Alright, so this is what happened. This is why I'm independent now. So I'm not gonna say no names. I'm not gonna mention nobody. So it was me and my cousin. We was in the studio one day. But remind you, the group that we was in the back of my grandma's house. We set the studio up in the back of my grandma's house. So remember, it was like eight, nine of us, but it was two older guys, the two dudes who bought the studio and set the studio up. It was their equipment, but we just had it set up in the back of my grandma's house. So we was there late nights, early mornings, recording. So we had a show coming up. It was like right before my birthday. Actually, the show was on my birthday. So we was in the studio all this time. Niggas in there playing. It was just all fucked up, man. Niggas in there playing. They can't get their song together. It was just fast forward to that. So it was one day I ended up leaving work. Well, I went to work, but I never went inside the building. I sat there for like 15 or 20 minutes trying to see if I wanted to go into work. So I actually left work and I called my cousin and I was like, hey, cuz, I was like, what you got going? He was like, nothing. He was like, I'm sitting on the back porch smoking a blunt like that. I was like, oh shit. He was like, what you got going? And I was like, man, nothing, I'm finna come slide on you like that. So he was like, I bet. He was like, before you get here, stop and give me a cigarillo. So I was like, I got you. So when I get there or whatever, I get to the store, I get what I need. Then I pull up to my grandma's house. Like around this time, it was nobody at the studio. It was just me and my cousin at the studio. So we went in the studio. We played the beat. We were playing beats. We were just playing different beats. So my cousin, he was already high. You know, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that. So he was high and I was just flipping through beats. And there was one beat that caught his ear. And he was like, damn, cuz. He was like, hey, he was like, go back to that beat that you just played, the one you just passed. So I was like, okay. I'm like, bet. So I went back to the beat. And as soon as the beat came on, he started vibing to it, like, yeah. So he wrote a chorus to it. Then he wrote his verse, and then he let me hear what he had. And then I was like, oh yeah, cause I'm like, I'm feeling it. I'm like, let's get on, like let's record it. I was like, I know how to work the studio. So he was like, bet. So I wrote me a verse out, and we recorded the song. But the dude who run the studio, not the dude who run the studio, but the engineer dude who he know how to mix and master. I know how to do all this stuff. I'm a jack of all trades. I know whatever you. This one thing you gonna learn on this channel. I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to work on cars. I can cut hair. I can cook. I can make beats. I can write music. Whatever you want to know, you're gonna learn it on this channel. Subscribe to this channel right now. Whatever you want to learn, whatever you want to see a video of, just let me know in the comments, and I got you. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. So we recorded the song. We recorded the song and everything. And so once we finished recording the song, we called the engineer dude up, the one who actually owned the equipment. We called him to come and mix the song down. We called him to come and mix the song down. So he was like, oh yeah, he was like, I like that. He was like, man, I'm gonna have to throw a verse on there. And so we was like, all right, bet. But not to mention, like, he was on some slick hating shit. At the time, I didn't know he was on some slick hating shit because I kind of knew, but I kind of didn't. Because the verse that he put on there, it was a bullshit verse, like. But anyway, so fast forward to the show, like it was getting close to the show, so it was two dudes. So the other guy, who actually the one who made the T-shirts, and he went in and got the LLC for the music business and everything. The one who, like, yeah, he that type of guy. He get the T-shirts made and like all kind of stuff. So everybody was at the studio today. It was getting close to the show. It was like 2-3 days before the show. So we in the studio trying to see what songs we gonna perform, like what songs need to go on the CD and everything, on the disc drive and all that. So everybody in there again playing, and everybody trying to be somebody boss, and like they trying to record new songs, choking on their verses. They can't get the verse right. They can't get the chorus right. It was just frustrating. Alright, so the dude who put a verse on me and my cousin song, he was like, yeah, this song going on a CD for show. This song is getting performed at the show for show. So me and my cousin, we was like, okay, yeah, hell yeah. Alright, so hey look, subscribe to my channel for part 2 of the story.